Hi everyone, I'm Dawn. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for visiting with me today. I'm very angry. I'm going to try and hold it together, and I may upset some people, and that is not my intention, but I just want to speak frankly about my feelings on the sentencing hearing of Harmony Montgomery's sperm donor. I refuse to call him her father. I might drop that in the video here and there, but I don't mean to, because he's just a sperm donor. He's a piece of garbage. I don't want to say his name. I don't even want to address him as a human, because he is inhuman. But yeah, his sentencing hearing was today. I have a video of it. If it hasn't posted yet, it will post after this video, but I may have it posted already. I don't know yet. But you can watch my video or any other millions of videos with the sentencing hearing, and it's completely clean. There's no commentary, and I've cut out all the silent parts, or I've tried to. But I want to talk about it. The impact statements were actually very impactful. It was hard to see, especially the adoptive father of Jameson. That was heartbreaking. But the first thing I want to talk about is, I understand that people get addicted to drugs, and it's very difficult to overcome this and, to reach recovery. I understand that. And also, please forgive me for using the term unaliven. I've noticed there's been a lot of sensitivity about that in other creators' comments. We have to use that term because the M word is, YouTube doesn't like that word, and they will suppress our videos with certain words in it. The R word, SA, all kinds of words like that, because we can't address the real issues honestly and openly on YouTube. YouTube has a real problem with openness and honesty. We can watch 600-pound women eat themselves to death and 50-pound girls starve themselves to death. But we can't talk about the issues openly and honestly. We have to give cutesy little terms to things that are very serious issues. It's not me minimizing what happened to Harmony. It's just, we've got to use that word to try and get this video out there. I don't get many views anyway, so just bear with me, okay? So this monster unalives Harmony by punching her in the head, in the face, and won't tell anybody where her body is. He's a monster. Okay? And I understand he's an addict. I understand his girlfriend at the time this happened is an addict. I understand that her mom is an addict. But here's the thing, and this is what's going to make people mad probably. I don't care. I don't care about addicts. Because once you choose to bring another human life into the world, it's not about you anymore. It's not about your addiction anymore. Now, I understand recovery is hard. I understand that. But it can be done. You have to put the work in. You have to put the work in. And if giving birth to a child isn't enough to motivate you to put the work in, you don't deserve that child. And yes, I mean Harmony's birth mother too, because I don't care what anyone says. I know people are fighting in other people's comments about the birth mother, how she's not responsible for what happened. She bears responsibility. She bears some responsibility. She chose to have a child with this thing. And he was a violent criminal before she conceived a child with him. And she had to have known that. If she didn't, she's stupid. And I know it's the addiction. Had a big part in that. But again, you have choices. You have choices in this world. And when you decide you're going to bring a child into this world, it's not about you anymore, as I said before. It's no longer about you. It's about that child. And if you're not willing to lay down your life for that child, forget your addictions and put everything aside and heal yourself so you can take care of your kid, you don't deserve the child. I personally think if someone is a drug addict and they're pregnant, they should be watched closely, monitored closely, and when that child is born, that child should be taken away immediately until the birth parents can prove that they're going to make a change. And I mean real proof. Real proof. And I know I might get some hate for that. But too many children are losing their lives because of parents like this. And it is disgusting. And I watch The Misery Machine, and it's like over and over and over again. Children they're being unalived in the most gruesome, horrific ways. And almost every single time, I'm not saying every single time, because I know parents who've never done a drug in their life are also capable of ABUSC. But almost every single story I hear, they're addicts. Now, I know the birth mom wasn't in his life, and she wasn't there. He was married to this other woman, or I don't even know if they were married or not, but he was with this other woman. I understand that. But she chose to have a child with this man, and he was a violent criminal before that happened. Should have never happened. Harmony, as beautiful as she is, she should have never even been born. She didn't have a chance. She would have never had a chance. And I don't think she would have had a chance with that mom either. Is that harsh? Yes, it is. But you know what? I'm not a mean person. I'm not mean. I have sympathy. But my sympathy is with the children. My sympathy isn't with grown-ass adults who have made the choices they've made time after time and can't just suck it up and get their crap together. My sympathy is not with them. I do not have empathy for them. And I can admit that. I don't feel sorry for them. Now, addicts who are working to fix themselves for their children because they're out there. I personally know addicts who have gotten their lives together so that they can raise their children right. I know people like this, and they're doing a great job. I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about the people that are so selfish, so self-involved. All they care about is their next high. And I know allegedly this monster was sober for like 5 years or whatever it was. I don't know how much I believe that. But still, the fact remains, he was a violent criminal before Harmony was even born. I'm just saying, mom bears some responsibility. And she probably realizes that, and I know she's probably beating herself up, and I know she's suffering. But I think it's worth mentioning because too many people are giving her grace, and I don't think she deserves it. I do not think she deserves it. And if you don't like that, if that makes you angry at me, I'm very sorry. Again, that's not my intention, but these are my feelings, and this is my channel, and I'm going to say what I want. It's just, you make these decisions, and I'm sorry, I just don't have any respect for junkies. I really don't. I really do not. I don't. And I know I probably should. But again, my sympathy, my feelings, my heart is with the children that are destroyed by this type of lifestyle. And if they're not destroyed by what this monster did, they're destroyed in other ways. And it's disgusting to me, and it's happening. And it seems like it's happening more and more every day, but I think that's just because there's more and more people, and the information is so saturated now. But I don't owe it to anybody to understand their situation. You know, I was babysitting for this woman, and she was showing up to pick her kid later and later every night. Pick up her kid later and later every night. And each night she was looking more and more strung out. And Eric told me, she's on drugs. And like she was shaking and just, I'm like, And then one night she was supposed to pick her kid up at 7. Around midnight, she still hadn't shown up. So I called the police. I didn't know what else to do. And the police come in, and finally she shows up, and she's stumbling in. And I told her, you're supposed to be here at 7. Oh, I'm sorry, I had to work. Like Costco. She worked at Costco, closed at 9. So that was a mess. But yeah, she was a junkie, and he was taken away. And I don't feel bad about that. I don't feel bad when junkies lose their children. I don't. I feel bad for the children because they love their junkie parents. I don't have to love them. I don't have to respect them. I don't respect them. Fix your life. You chose to have children. It's no longer about you. Fix your life. So yeah, I'm emotional. The impact, and again, with her mom, I understand she probably is holding herself responsible. She's probably beating herself up. And I I was touched. I was moved by her impact statement, but the impact statement of the girlfriend or the current wife or whoever she is, I can't remember her name. I'm sorry. I don't even want to assign these people names because they all failed Harmony. It was all about her, like her impact statement. Like she didn't do it. She had a representative make the statement for her. But it was all about her. It wasn't about Harmony. It was all about her. And I understand she was brutalized by this man too. She was victimized by him too. But still, she was the adult in the situation. Should have done something sooner. I know she was afraid. I would have been afraid too. But it was a little girl, 5-year-old little girl, literally punched to death. This video is probably going to be suppressed, so. But anyway, I'm sorry if I upset anybody. Again, I know addicts that have really worked hard at the program and have really changed their lives, really turned their lives around. But it was hard work, and I understand that it's hard work and it's difficult work. Anything worth having is hard to obtain. But still, and you can ask any of them. We talked about this earlier today. They don't think addicts should have their children until they have it together. It's, and I have, again, I have seen people recover and become great parents, but I've also seen the other side too, and the other side is so ugly. And this little girl suffered. She suffered because not only was he a junkie, but he was already predisposed to violence. So I don't know. I don't think his sentence was enough. I know he can't get the death penalty because it was second degree, but I don't remember what state he was sentenced in, but I hope they don't protect him. He doesn't deserve it. That child's family deserves to know where she's at so they can properly mourn her. It's just horrendous. And that he's just still denying his responsibility is just, he's an animal. He's a monster. Send him to the most vile prison they can. That's all I have to say. He's disgusting. But anyway, that's it. I'm sorry this was emotional, but I did hold it together. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to everyone later. Bye.